Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and we're here with Dan Priest on Insurance Talk with Priest Insurance. And you're probably wondering what.
I never know what's going to happen.
You're probably wondering what's the deal with the studio? Well, bless Rachel, because I've run her back and forth between her office and back here for about a week now. And I've always wanted digital display like TVs or LEDs. Well, that's what we're going to. I may get a divorce over it because of what it's going to cost, but it's going to look good. In fact, we're making a desk here that'll have a display on it showing the business that we're talking. And so anyway, 2024,
here we are.
Things change.
Always.
You were talking about vacation rentals. They buy it, then they decide to start a small business and use it as a vacation rental. And they either do it a year later or when they do it. But what about insurance? They forget.
Yeah, well, it's not forget, it's just, we don't understand. It's just we don't. Insurance is sort of like Greek. And so what we see a lot of times, and we have to ask the question, or people come to us or we don't know, is someone comes down and they buy a house at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they go get a personal loan for it because it works better that way than getting a business loan. And they go through the thing and they call us and they get insurance. Well, what we don't always know, and we try to ask these questions, is it an LLC? And one of the things about insurance is, you remember, it's a contract.
Mm-hmm.
And what we know about corporations is it is a different entity. It is as different as you and I.
Right.
So if I have insurance on a house, but you actually own it, there's no coverage, right?
Right.
So those problems exist. People start and they buy a house, they put it in their name at the beginning, and a month later, they begin putting it in an LLC. So you've got to have insurance in that LLC, and oftentimes we recommend having the insurance in the LLC with the individual as an additional insured. That's a way to do that, to protect you from some other things. But you've got to make those changes. So you have to, sometimes a carrier does not insure an LLC. They'll only insure an individual because they look at it from a different standpoint, because it becomes a corporation. So that is a consideration. Or you have the thing and it's been your second home for 3 years, and then you're concerned about liability, but you have to rent it because the bills are going up. So you transfer it to an LLC, but you never let your insurance guy know.
Mm-hmm.
So, or you just pay the bill. You suddenly could find yourself A, without coverage, and B, without liability coverage in the event something happens. So it's always really good. Again, we always talk about, whenever you make a change, call us, because we'd love to hear from you anyway. We'll just chit chat. But sometimes people make changes and it really doesn't matter.
Anything. I'm going to throw in one of those oddball.
Here we go.
Yeah, oddball. So I buy a beach house. Yeah, I buy a beach house. It's in my name. Mm-hmm. And I've got some friends that want to use it. And they say, man, David, we'll use it. We don't mind paying you something. We just know your house and really like it and would like to, use it for a weekend. So they're using it for a weekend, but they're giving me $500 to use it. Okay. Their child falls down the stairs because the parents weren't watching them. Mm-hmm. Since they gave me money, it's commercial now, right?
Yeah, sometimes David asks me questions and there's a whole lot of gray in there. So, but it's kind of the old adage, a little bit pregnant. Mm-hmm. And you're either renting it or you're not.
Right.
So in that situation, I would tell you that if somebody wants to use your beach house, let them use it.
Yeah.
Let them use it. Then you are going to have coverage that way. When you take money, it becomes
a business.
It becomes a transaction.
Right.
And you've rented it, and that's a small $500 is a small number.
Right.
If something like that were to happen.
Okay.
So, but again, David gets in these what ifs and things that are a little bit more detailed than that.
Well, Well, if people want to get hold of you, maybe they're thinking about making a change and they want to see, okay, if we rent the house, how much more is the insurance going to be?
That's a great question. So don't be afraid of that.
Yeah.
It's not a big number. Is it a little more? Yeah, because people show up on Friday with a case of beer and it's going to be gone by Saturday.
Right.
It's a different situation, but that number is terribly small. So,
well, and just calling questions, you know, because on top of that, and Beth and I have talked about this.
Are you renting it? Are you renting it from a rental agency? Are you using a VRBO? That affects where we put it.
Right. Also, maintenance. You know, if someone's going in and saying, hey, we want to think next year we're going to rent our house, well, the air conditioner is going to be used more. You're going to have more wear and tear and stuff. And so if they're going through to get pricing on everything, they can call you and say, hey, we're thinking about renting our house. What will the insurance go up? That way they can figure it into their budget.
Absolutely.
And they know exactly what everything is, because they know what the water's going to cost and they know about what the electricity is going to cost and all that. And so, you know, what I'm getting at is don't be scared or afraid to call Dan or your insurance agent, because that's what they're there for. Knock on wood, we haven't had a storm, so they probably don't have that much to do. I'm winking. But, you know, call. I've always said the only stupid question is a question not asked.
You try to answer it yourself.
And Lord knows I ask questions.
You know, so keep in mind, always keep in mind that there's the old adage, you get what you pay for. And with insurance, most of the time that's the case, not all the time. But there are some policies that are out there that, for example, we don't really offer some of them that are really, really limited in some of their coverages. Pipe breaking recently, you know, that happens. You could have a real limitation on that. You could have a limitation on if you're a homeowner, or whether you have some coverages that are afforded that way, or whether they're step coverage. Just be careful with what you have.
Right.
We understand that it's been a rough couple of years in insurance, and whether you're talking about home, business, or auto, or any of it, it's been a new world.
Okay.
But don't leave yourself open.
Great, great. Well, for more information on insurance or any questions you have, make sure you look up priestinsuranceragency.com. Got a super clean, easy to navigate site. You can email them from there. You can call them from there. You can get a lot of general information from there, and then take the next step, you know, and talk to them about your insurance. And this time of year, go through and if they're not your agency, always check around and get pricing. So they work a lot down here, so they know what they can do and can't do, and they know the agencies that actually cover this area down here. So anyway, Dan, thanks for joining us. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, this will be complete and we'll feel at home again.
Be great.
Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye. Priest Insurance Agency has been located in the heart of Lumberton, Texas since 2001, providing a consultative approach and educating customers on how their insurance works for them throughout the coastal region of Texas. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal region of Texas, covering home, auto, business, and recreational insurance. With ties to the coastal communities, Dan Priest has had the sand between his toes since 1972, with a home on Bolivar Peninsula in Galveston County. He survived a storm named Ike, but lost his home. With insurance coverage, his family was able to rebuild following the 2008 storm and continues to make memories beachfront. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal communities, family dwellings, investment property, and business insurance. They've been there. Whether you're looking for or have a family retreat along the Texas coast, investment property, or a business, Priest Insurance would be honored to work with you and your family to make sure you're covered anytime trouble arises. For more information on Priest Insurance and their contact information, please visit their website at www.priestinsuranceenagency.com, or their office is open for phone calls with questions and consultation Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. by calling 409-755-7600. Priest Insurance Agency, working and educating customers, making sure they understand and have the coverage they deserve.